Okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our December Two Authors, Books, and a Beverage. Mary's got her wine. I have some hot tea in my Christmas glass, and we are so excited to have the guest that we have today. Oh, Mary.
So
Here.
welcome, Johnny Worthen.
Wow.
So
Very nice. I left my beverage in the other room.
That's okay. We're easy. So, Mary,
Happy December.
yes,
Mary,
welcome
introduce
to
our guest today. Let me say, this author is the tie-dye author that we're talking to today. Go ahead, Mary.
and my grandsons love him. When I did my young adult, we did a few signings and things, and they just love Johnny. So just saying, if you want to have a young adult book for your kids, go with Johnny.
Cool.
Anyway, so he's going to show us one. Oh, yes. My boys had to have that. So yes,
Great
I
book.
have
I highly recommend it to everyone. Makes a great Christmas gift.
There you go. There you go. Okay, so Johnny, tell us a little bit about you right now.
Okay, well, I am a full-time author. I'm the idiot that quit his day job to be an author. Don't do that. I would say that now I am 9 years into my 10-year plan to be an overnight success. So far, so good, which means I don't have any real goals yet. So that's fine. I've written 21 novels. 16 of them have found some way to get published. Most of them, I started out traditionally. I'm still traditional, though several of my books had to slide into independent when the rights reverted back to me. Eleanor is one of them, and the Finger Trap is another one. My publisher got some troubles. Anyway, the rights came back to me, and my choice was either to let them go out of print, and they were very popular, and they were selling, so I kept them, and they're doing well. And I debuted in horror. I guess I should tell you why the tie-dye, because this is all wrapped up into it.
Okay.
I wear tie-dye as a symbol of being a multi-genre author.
Oh.
It has nothing to do with my history as a deadhead or my absolute slobbiness that this hides any stain ever. No, but it does. So I'm a multiple genre author. I studied in college. I studied literary criticism instead of creative writing. So toward that end, I always start from the inside out. I write to theme. I start writing to an idea, and then the genre will form around that. My first book was a horror, believe it or not. I was writing a love story that turned into a horror. You can figure that one out. That was my debut. My young adult paranormal, I don't want to call it a paranormal romance, but it has been called that. I call it a supernatural character study. Eleanor and the Unseen series was for a long time my bestseller, but it has been eclipsed now by the Tony Flanner series, which is a very grown-up comedy, mystery, noir, coming-of-age midlife crisis story. Now with 6 books in the series. I love it. It's a lot of fun. And my newest genre, so I've got, what's that, 4 genres now? I write a lot of this, and my newest genre is, of course, epic science fiction.
Okay.
And
all right.
check this out. Check this out. New world for me. I wrote a book with a map.
Oh,
Whoa.
wow. I love that. Wow.
I used to say I'd never write fantasy, but apparently I write science fiction. So the idea of this book just kind of turned it into a science fiction. So this is my new baby. This is the one that's going to get me into the overnight success, or it's not. I don't know. I'm trying to be very zen about the whole thing.
Yes. Yeah, there you go.
That's exciting.
For how long I've known you, I have never known what the tie-dye was for. I always thought it was a deadhead thing. So this is something new. Something new.
You are so trusting. I love you, man. It's not. It's well. Here's the other side of it. They say, given the choice, given the option, you will dress the way you dressed when you were happiest in your life.
Oh, that's true.
So my wife, for example, always walking around in her wedding dress. But apparently I was very happy when I was wearing tie-dye and going to dead shows. I am an old deadhead, and I love it because it's actually a work of art. My tie-dye is not off the rack. The only
Yeah.
mass-produced tie-dye I will ever own will say Grateful Dead or Dead and Company, and I will have purchased it at the show I went to or nearby. Everything else, this is handmade by an artist in Florida. This particular.
Oh, nice.
So
Oh,
I collect them now, and it's become a marketing thing. And some
yeah.
people say, "Well, when do you not wear tie dye?" And I say, "Well, I sleep naked. That's
Yeah.
it."
There you go. I have never seen you without a tie-dye shirt, but I
Right.
thought you did your own.
No, I wish I did. This is a talent I don't have. I've looked into it, but it's in order to get to the quality that I've now come accustomed to, will require more time than I have. These
That's
are
true.
true artists. They really are. In order to use the same medium.
Yeah.
I mean, they're using dry ice, and starting with blacks and bleaches of color, and it's amazing. I've got my last set I just picked up. I found an artist in the Philippines who made me some pieces, which I thought were nice. Yeah, so
Wow.
that's it. And it doesn't hurt the marketing thing. And since I'm a
No.
lazy,
That's a good brand though.
thank you.
I
Yep.
think it's a great brand.
Yep.
Yeah.
I did all mine when I was in high school. I'm a 60, 70 maybe. So anyway, Johnny, tell us about this new baby that's going to bring you instant fame.
Well, instant fame. I'm so famous now. Actually, I'm a pretty recognizable figure in my small pond. That doesn't mean much. I've been punching above my weight grade since I got here.
Yeah.
But anyway, this baby of Kings, Queens, and Colonies. Wow.
Okay.
I mean, check it out. This is a hardcover, girls. Look at that.
I know.
I mean, they're different. I don't know why they're different, but they're different. They're different.
Huh.
So are you published in the UK too? Do they have a
Yes,
different?
yes, exactly.
Does it have
That's
a
it.
different cover?
No, it's the same cover.
Okay.
But you see, but that's just it. I mean, I made this connection at a conference with an editor, and we hit it off. And I asked him if I could pitch him some stuff, and I sent him this book, this one, and another one. And he liked this one, and we got it, and we connected with it. And it was such a jovial. His name's Don. I don't want to go too far with this, but anyway, before I did not know how big the publisher was or how much clout they had until long after. I knew that I kind of did some research, and I figured they were good. They were reputable. I knew some people that published with them, and they said, yeah, they're good. And then a couple of things started. Then a couple of what is it? The penny drops, right? I noticed that they're London and New York. Okay, so does that mean I'm going to get international distribution? Oh yes, definitely international.
Whoa.
I'm translating. Wow. And then out of nowhere, I get a Google alert that says somebody's been using your name in vain. Do you do that? Do you put a Google alert out? Anytime Johnny Worthen appears, you could do it probably with Mary Martinez. It's probably safer than me. But it's said that somebody's used my name. And I found that I was on Simon & Schuster's list of authors with this book. And that kind of blew me away.
Whoa, that's awesome.
Wow.
And now I noticed that my book is being sold in countries I have to look at in maps. It's just an unreal
That's
opportunity.
exciting.
That is.
Yeah. Wow.
So I don't know. It's a terrifying situation because this could be, if this fails, at least,
too.
yeah. If it fails, at least the spectacle of my defeat will be amazing. But no. But that's the inside track. I'm talking to writers here, but for readers, what I did is the concept of this, and this is one of the reasons why I think it took off is because they're very London based, they're very England based. Is the story is, at least in the first volume, very much echoes, not copies, but echoes the events of the late 16th century, the battles between Spain and England, the Spanish Armada, for example, and the players there are reimagined in this far future. One of the taglines is that Mark Twain's famous line is that the past does not repeat itself, but it does rhyme. And so I have these great powers vying for power in this new universe. And basically, the conceit is that Earth is screwed. We left it. And we found this miraculous system with this very mysterious orbit of planets, and we colonized it. And then all these planets had some time on their own, and now they're meeting each other again in space. But they're repeating the same patterns that started out to destroy the world. our world. You know,
Our world.
The corrosive inequalities, the resource mismanagement, slavery's back, stuff like that. And so I, with that in mind, I have, you know, I follow very closely some of the events, but just with enough of a tangent to take us into a new direction, to give mankind that second chance that I think it needs. I fell upon the 16th century in this particular time in history for a couple of reasons. First, it's very exciting. It's very exciting. With the idea of, for example, I think, you know, it's got political, you know, there's politics at play, and one of the politics is the cruelty of capitalism that supposedly destroyed the old earth. So, and capitalism was kind of born in the Western world.
Yeah.
Oh, this is not what you guys want to hear. Was born with the rise of the Bay Company and this kind of thing. So that was happening. Also, it's the colonization of the New World, and the lost colony of Roanoke, if anybody's familiar with that mystery, back that happened in, it's now North Carolina, but at the time they called it Virginia. In 1587, very much plays into this. And I loved that story. It just filled me with just, you know, I love the story. And I was going to write a historical piece on it because that hasn't been done, but it has. But I'm a lazy man. I wear tie-dyes in order to choose my clothes every morning. So I just wanted to I didn't want to do all the research. So I did as much research to understand what the situation was, and I led it into it. So in researching that and the time and my ideas for a long form epic, I came upon space pirates. I came upon a beautiful queen. I came upon a terrible religious fanatic. I came upon a crazed religious leader on a new planet. I came upon a strange connective substance and the same connective alien, if you will, of a bee, just a little honeybee that kind of starts uniting mankind. And the whole, it's a ripping good story. I had an excellent review at a book list that I'm just dancing over. It's, you know, the high point, you know, you take, as a writer, you take your successes where you find them. Feel free to jump in, kids.
That's
I feel
right.
like
That's right.
Okay.
Johnny, this sounds like more than one book.
yeah. It is. It's actually a trilogy. It's actually a trilogy.
Okay, great.
Okay.
The first one is called
awesome.
of Kings, Queens, and Colonies.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like that, it's got a map. The second one is called Of Civilized, Saved, and Savages, and the third one, and unlike George Martin, it is complete. And the third one, when it comes out, it is Of Heroes, Homes, and Honey. And
I like that.
And it is a compelling arc, and following all these characters through their different, different challenges. It's a dense book. Like I say, the book list compared it to Dune, which
whoa, that's good. Yeah,
you know, 150-year-old, 120-year-old American literary magazine compares my work to Dune. I can die happy at this point, but I recommend everybody buy it. It makes a great Christmas.
Wow.
That's true. It does. So
I love this.
When you said space cowboys, of course, Firefly came to my mind.
Well, yeah, we have some pirates in there. This was the age of piracy that I am mirroring. And so even though I have some grand ideas that I'm working through my own mind about how we got here, about how people can believe things that don't necessarily work for the betterment of, there were of course these absolutely compelling characters, you know, Queen Elizabeth, the Virgin Queen, King Philip, who's rich, the richest man mankind has ever seen, is hemorrhaging money because he is too outstretched. We have Sir Walter Raleigh, who's basically I have mirrors of these people who in my story, it's Sir Ethan Summerland was a privateer working for the Queen, in love with the Queen. Doing these things for that. And we have the spy master whose loyalty is toward his people. We have, you know, it's just compelling. We have the believers who go to this new world and only to find they've been betrayed, and there's good in them, but it's being challenged. All of this is just, so it's a multiple POV. There's not one single character.
Wow.
You'll follow each particular chapter.
For each one.
Yeah,
that's
consider it
great.
Gosh. Wow.
So what I was going to say is you were so enthusiastic about it. How can we and our readers in our Facebook group not be just as excited?
Oh, so I don't know. Are you sleepy? Excited. Are you drinking? What's wrong with you?
So we are going to have to post this list, and we will, or not list, link tonight. We're going to post the link, and we're going to hope that we all read it. I don't know, is that the book that you want everybody to read to discuss at the
Yes.
end of the year? Or
Yes,
not
that's
year?
right.
Well, I guess it is the end of the year. It's the end of December. So
Yeah.
anyway, so everybody who buys the book and reads it, we are going to discuss it at the end of the month. And I think he might have a giveaway also.
Yes, I will be giving away a couple of copies of this book. But one thing, although I have tipped off my hand that I do plan a trilogy for this. The book
Okay.
it is absolutely complete. It is a complete.
Okay.
So, so don't be afraid. No,
Okay.
I will be giving away a paperback copy of Kings, Queens, and Colonies, autographed for
Okay.
anybody who wants it.
Oh, nice.
And if anybody's not a science fiction fan, I will give away also an ebook copy of The Finger Trap
Great.
for adult mysteries, and of course an ebook copy of Eleanor, my young adult paranormal character study, which also
You
won
guys will like that one. Okay,
young adult
great.
book of the year. Good for every audience. This one, mature audiences.
Mhm.
This one, great audience.
There you go.
Any age can read this. There's no swearing, but there is space violence with spaceships
Okay.
at each other.
Well, we're excited for you, Johnny.
Yes, we
Oh,
are.
my gosh.
I'm really excited to see where it goes. And so just so everyone knows, no matter what you comment, and you comment about anything, and you comment during the live Q&A tonight and the rest of the month, you'll be entered into the drawing. And we want you to read so we can discuss his new book. And we want to thank Johnny for showing up
so
tonight
much,
in
Johnny.
all his glorious tie-dye.
No, absolutely my pleasure. I love this.
Oh, I want
Thanks
to
for doing this, Judy.
I want to remind everybody that if you go on our Facebook at the
Oh.
top where the menu is and click on media,
Mhm.
it'll take you to album. You click on the album and there you're going to find Johnny's books. Okay.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
don't forget, you can click on the album anytime and search out any of his books that you would like to have. Okay.
So
Okay.
for all, thanks again for having me.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you for
We're all
being
together.
here.
We're
Yes.
separate together.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
Thank you,
Have a
guys.
great holiday. Merry
Yes.
Christmas.